Affordable housing is in short supply in Arizona. On Monday, we showed you how the number of people coming to the valley is driving up our housing costs and then drying up the market. But there's an even more basic reason why people cannot afford rent. They don't make enough money. ABC 15 investigator Courtney Holmes joins us now, showing how incomes are just not keeping up with this rising cost of housing.
A full-time minimum wage job, $12.15 an hour, pays about $25,000 a year. It is impossible to pay market rent on that income. But this story is not about minimum wage earners. It's about workers that make several dollars more an hour, go to work every day, and still can't afford a home for their families. From 7 a.m. until 3:30 p.m., this is where you'll find Emilia Jackson in her apartment, which doubles as her office, pushing through medical insurance verifications.
Do you mind telling me how much you make an hour?
I make $17 an hour.
$5 more than minimum wage. And for Emilia, $17 is enough, but not for long.
We're about a year-long program.
Jordan Moreno is with Homeward Bound. It's a charity that owns the apartment complex where Emilia and her 3 children live.
We see families come through our door with wages of $17, $18, $19 an hour that still aren't able to afford rent outside of Homeward Bound.
They provide financial classes, workforce training, and 75 temporary affordable housing units for families experiencing homelessness.
If I was not here, I would still be going from family member to family member.
Emilia is going through a divorce, and for months she and her children house hopped while looking for something she could afford. But $17 an hour doesn't get you much.
And it's, discouraging as well.
In its 2020 report, the National Low-Income Housing Coalition found that Arizona workers need to make $21.10 an hour to afford a 2-bedroom rental. But the median hourly wage did not reach that amount for more than 900,000 jobs, and likely won't for years. According to a report commissioned by the city of Phoenix, between 2010 and 2018, the Phoenix median home price increased by 57%. The median rent went up by 28%, but wages only rose by 10%. Simply put, incomes are not keeping up with housing costs.
50% of our renters are cost burdened.
That means they spend more than 30% of their monthly income on rent. It leaves no breathing room, according to Sherry Boucher, who heads up the City of Phoenix Affordable Housing Program.
If you have an emergency come up with a medical emergency or you lose your job, you really have a hard time being able to pay for that housing cost.
And that's how families end up evicted, in shelters, on the streets, or if they're lucky, in places like Homeward Bound.
I love the program.
But for Emilia, the program is over in October. And while she has enough saved to rent a place of her own, it'll probably be back to a 1-bedroom for her and her 3 kids.
I still probably would not be able to afford monthly, a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom for me and my kids.
This wage gap is not a new problem. There are programs that have been in place for years to help people pay according to what they can afford while supplementing the rest. In our next story, we'll show you just how overwhelmed that system is, sometimes to the point that it's paralyzed. For The Rebound Arizona, I'm Courtney Holmes, ABC 15, Arizona.